Hello students, welcome to first PUC online classes. Today is the lecture number 7, chapter is motion in a plane. In the previous class, we were discussing about parallelogram law of addition of vector and few numericals concerned to parallelogram law of addition of vector along with the Leibniz theorem. Right? Now in this class, let us discuss what are the properties of addition of vector. In the few class already we have done, the vector can be added by triangle of addition of vector, parallelogram law of addition of vector along with polygon law of addition of vector. Right? Now in this class, let us see what are the properties of addition of vector. One by one we will see. Concept is properties of addition of vectors. Properties of addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. Properties of addition of vectors. Correct. Students, the addition of vector mainly has three properties. One property is it obey commutative law. Second one, it obey associative law. And third one, it obey distributive law. So addition of vector obey mainly three laws. The first law is it obey addition of vectors. It obey commutative law. Commutative law. Commutative law. Next one, it obey associative law. Associative law. Third one, addition of vectors obey distributive law. It obey distributive law. Distributive law. One by one law we will see in detail. Right? So let us know first of all commutative law. How the commutative law can be obeyed. See here students, you know two vectors. The vector can given in any direction. The vector A and vector B, or can call vector P and vector Q. Whatever it is. Say here, shall I take here? This is one vector. Shall I represent this vector? This vector I will represent. This vector equal to A. Right? And one more vector I will take. This is a vector V I will take. Right down. Right? If we add these vectors, the resultant is same for a different order. I mean, if we take this vector in different order, if we get the same result, that we are calling commutative law here. Commutative law means addition of vector independent in order in which you can add. For example, shall I take a students? I will take vector A equal to how much? Vector A equal to I will take 2 Newton. 2 Newton I will take. Right? Vector B how much I will take? I will take the 4 Newton. Right? Now I will take like this here. See how to add these vectors actually? The vector A plus vector B can be written. How to write vector A plus vector B? Vector A how much? Vector A equal to 2. Vector B equal to how much? 4. What you got? A plus B equal to how much you got? A plus B equal to 6 Newton you got directly. Right? This is the resultant. 6 is nothing but the resultant vector. You can call the R. Shall I represent this directly again? This equal to how much? This equal to R vector. Or can take like this also. How to represent? Look at the reverse I will take. Reverse means, shall I take this one? I will take B plus a vector B plus vector B. What is vector B? Vector B equal to 4. Vector A equal to 2. How much? This is the 6 Newton equal to how much? Equal to R. Right around. So what you got? Either can add A plus B or can add B plus A. We are getting the same result here. Same result. I mean addition of vector independent in which they can add the order. Shall I do the graphically how to show this? Look at me. How to show the graphically? Look at me students here. Graphically how to show this? A plus B equal to B plus A. See here, look at me. How to show? See here, I will take these vectors. This vector I will add the triangle of addition of vector. Vector A and vector B. Shall I take the vector A? First I will take. This is nothing but vector A. Right? Now I will take, what about this? This is vector B. Vector B I will take. Right? Two vectors are in same order. Then what about this resultant? This resultant in opposite order. According to triangle of addition of vector. This is R value. Right? Actually, what from this one? From this one, how to show? R equal to how much? R equal to vector A plus vector B. Resultant vector R equal to vector A plus vector B. Right? I will take similar manner. What about the similar manner here? Now I will take initial vector B. I will take. Shall I take here? This is the vector B. This is the vector B. I will take. Right. What about this? This is the vector I will take. Right. Vector B and vector A both are in the same order. Then what about the resultant? Resultant can be taken by reverse order according to triangle of addition of vector. Shall I take this? This one. How much this is? This is equal to R value. Then from this how to write? From this vector R equal to how to write? Vector R equal to vector B plus vector A. Right? From this one and this one what are we getting? A plus B equal to B plus A. See here, how to write? A plus B. A vector A plus vector B equal to how much? Vector B plus vector A. Are you following? I mean, what is meaning of this? If we add the vector in different order, we will get the same resultant. Here R equal to A plus B, R is the resultant. Here R equal to B plus A is also resultant. I mean, during addition of vectors, if we add the vector gives the same resultant. This law we are calling commutative law here. What we are calling commutative law. Simply vector A plus vector B can be written vector B plus vector A. Commutative law. This we are calling commutative law. I mean, addition of vector independent on their orders. They give the same result. Then finally, after this, let us take the one more law, associative law. What is mean by associative law? Right? Look at my students. I will take three vectors. How to add the three vectors? It is very important. Right? Already we have said that there is more than two vectors can be added according to polygon law of addition of vector. Look at me here. To understand the associative law, I will take the three vectors here. Three vectors are there. How the three vectors are there? See here. This is one vector. Shall I call this is vector A? Right. One more vector. Shall I call this? This is the vector B. This is one more vector. How much? This is the vector C. Right. Right. Now we'll take the magnitude of these vectors. How much magnitude? For example, this is equal to 4 Newton. Right. This is equal to how much? 2 Newton. And this one B vector. How to take? The B vector. B vector I will take. How much it is? 6 Newton. Recall me. Vector A equal to 4 Newton. Vector B equal to 6 Newton. Vector C equal to 2 Newton here. How to actually? Shall I represent? Either you can call A plus B. A plus B plus C. What is the result here? Vector A plus vector B. First I will add. Then I will add the vector C. What is the result here? What are getting? Vector A equal to how much? That is 4 Newton. Vector B equal to 6 Newton. Right? Vector C equal to how much Newton? 2 Newton. Then directly how much Newton we are getting? 12 Newton. I mean directly shall I write? Vector A plus vector B plus C equal to how much? That is 12 Newton. Remember this? Right? Now I will add in different manner. Different means shall I take? I will add first B plus C, then after I will take C. C here. Shall I take this one? First I will take vector A, then I will add, vector B plus vector C. Right? What is vector A? Vector A equal to 4. What is vector B? Vector B equal to 6. What is vector C? That is 2 Newton. What you got again? Again you got 12 Newton. Right around. Then again from this, A plus interrogate B plus C. How much again? This is how much? That is 12 Newton. So look at me. This one and this one. This one and this one. This one and this one. How to take? Meaning this, if you are add more than 3 vectors, the more than 3 vectors independent on their order, they give the same result. If you are adding independent on their order, they will give the same result. I mean from this directly I can write like this. How to show? Vector A plus vector B. Vector A plus vector B plus vector C equal to. How to write? This can be written directly. Vector A into bracket vector B plus vector C. This law we are calling associative law. What we are calling? Associative law. Associative law. Right? I mean addition of more than 3 vectors or more than 2 vectors independent on their order, they will give the same result. Then student, this associative law you can see graphically. How I see commutative law using the graphically, then you can see associative law also by using the graphically. How to show this? Look at me. How to show graphically? Look at me students. Vector A, vector B, vector C I will take. 3 vectors I will take. Right? See here. How to take? This is vector A. Now I will take this is vector B. Right? What I will take? This is vector C I will take. C I will take. Right? How to add these vectors? These vector can be added independent on their order and they will give the same result. Right? Shall I see this? How it is possible? How this is possible? Look at me students. Look at me. How to take? See here. Shall I put A plus B? Look at me. I will take. This is vector A. Vector A I will take. Alright. Now putting head of the B with the head of the B with the tail of the vector. Head of the vector A with vector B I will take. Vector B. Alright. I mean head of the vector A coinciding with the tail of the vector B. Here A and B both are in same order. Then how to take the resultant? Shall I take the resultant here? This is the resultant. In this direction resultant I will take. What is the resultant? This one actually. Resultant can be written how to write? Resultant equal to A plus B. Resultant equal to A plus B. Right. Now I will take one more vector C is available. How to add the C vector then? C here. Look at me. This is nothing but C vector. Shall I call this is the C vector? Right. Are you following? Now, A plus B and C vector both are in same order because head is connected with the tail. Head is connected with the tail. Both C and A plus B both are in same order. Then what is the resultant of A plus B and C? How to take according to again triangle of addition of vector? Addition of vector A plus vector B and C, how to take? This is the resultant. Resultant of vector A plus vector B and C. This is the resultant. Are you following this? How to take this actually? This can be taken. This is nothing but resultant of this one and this one. How to take? I will take like this. A plus B, vector A plus vector B plus how much? Vector C. You got like this? I mean, first of all, I will take vector A and vector B. Resultant of vector A and vector B is like this. A plus B. Then vector C I will take like this in this direction. Then addition of vector C and A plus B. This is the resultant. Shall I take the one more graph? What I will add? A plus B plus C I added in this manner. A plus B. Then shall I take one more reverse manner? How to take actually? Look at me. I will take. This is a vector A. This is a vector A. Right? What I taken? This is vector B I taken. Oh, shall I take vector B? This is the vector B. Alright. Now, what is the vector C direction? This is the vector C direction. Vector C. Vector A, vector B, and vector C direction. Now, I want to add vector A and vector B. Now, I will add vector B and vector C. Vector B and vector C. How to add actually? See here. This is vector B and vector C. Are you following this? How to write? This is B plus C. B plus C. Vector B plus vector C. Right? Are you following? This is the what? Vector B and vector C. Now, what is the resultant of vector A and B plus C? See here, this is the resultant of vector B and vector C. Are you following this? In this direction, right? Then shall I take from this? This is the direction. How to take actually? This is how much? Vector B plus C and A. How to write? Vector A plus how much? Vector B and vector C. See here, this is what the resultant. Here what is A plus B plus C? What is this? A plus into bracket B plus C. Then from this one how to write? How to write? A plus into bracket B plus C equal to how to write? Equal to A plus B equal to. Shall I take here? Look at it. How to take? See here. I will write here directly. This one how to take? Vector A plus vector B plus vector C equal to vector A plus into bracket vector B and vector C. This is what we are calling associative law by using graphical method. Associative law using graphical method. So, vector can be added independent of their order, more than 2 vectors. Similarly, one more law is there, distributive law. Now we will see what is the distributive law. See students, how to add the distributive law using the addition of vectors. Look at me students. To understand the distributive law, now I will go directly for 3 scalar quantities or more than 3 scalar quantities and I will take a vector. How it is actually? See here, I will take 3 scalar quantities K1, K2 and K3. These are 3 scalar quantities or more than 3 can be. Now I will take this is a vector. This is the vector K. Now I will take sum of the scalar quantities. How the sum of the scalar quantities? See here, sum of the scalar quantity can be taken K1 plus K2 plus K3, right? Like this. Now to the scalar quantities, I will multiply the vector A. I will multiply the vector A. Shall I take here? Shall I multiply? This is the vector A. If vector A is multiplied with scalar quantity, this vector can be multiplied with every scalar quantity. Every scalar quantity shall I write here? How much this is? Vector A into K1. How much? Vector A into K2. Then what about this? Vector A into K3. I mean, if a vector is multiplied to scalar, the vector must be multiplied to every scalar quantity. This law we are calling. This law we are calling distributive law. Calling distributive law, right? This we are calling distributive law. It's mean the addition of vector mainly obey 3 laws that we are calling commutative law, associative law and distributive law. Then students, if any vector is multiplied by real number, then what happens? That we will see now. Vector multiplied by real number. This concept we will see now. See here. See here, our next concept is vector. Vector multiply by a real number. By a real number. By a real number. Right. Students, now I will take a vector and a real number, right? You know the real number, right? Look at here. Shall I take? I will take this is vector A. Vector A. Now I will take a real number lambda. If a real number is multiplied to vector A, then what happens? If a vector is multiplied by real number, then the vector magnitude will changes lambda times of that initial vector along with the direction remains same. I mean, shall I take here? How to take? To this vector I will multiply by lambda. How it is multiplied by lambda? I will take a real number. This is the real number lambda I will take. Right? If it is multiplied, then what happens? Look at me. If it is multiplied, then this becomes like this. Lambda into A. Right? I mean, if a vector is multiplied by lambda real number, then the magnitude of vector changes lambda times of original value along with the direction remains same. For example, I will take this nothing but 2. Vector A is equal to 2. Then I will take lambda 2. What is lambda 2? Lambda 2 equal to 4 I will take. Right? What is initial vector? Initial vector has magnitude A, direction is there. Then I will take here directly how to take? Look at me, lambda into A mean. See here, lambda into A shall I write? Lambda into vector A. Lambda mean 4. Vector mean 2. How much? This becomes 6 magnitude. I mean, magnitude changes 6. What is the initial value? That is 2. I mean, any vector multiplied by real number, its magnitude changes lambda times and the direction remains same. Right? But situation like this today is here. If the vector is multiplied by negative real number, then what happens? Negative number, then what happens? Actually, what this is? Lambda into A. Shall I call this? This is A dash, vector A dash, vector A dash is equal to lambda into A. Remember, this is very important. What I will take now? If a vector is multiplied by negative number, then what happens? Negative number means shall I take again? This is vector P I will take. Vector P I will take, right? Now, to this vector I will multiply by negative number minus 1. Then what happens here? Negative number means if we multiply, then what happens here? Shall I take here? If we multiply, then directly I will take magnitude. Magnitude how much it is? This is P equal to minus lambda P dash equal to minus lambda into P. Vector bar I will take. Right? What it actually is? This is equal to how much? Minus of P. Minus of P. Because lambda equal to minus 1. Then what about the direction? The direction actually in this direction. When it is multiplied by negative number, then what happens? If the direction goes in reverse. Because it is multiplied by negative number. Shall I take one more example? One more example shall I take here? See here, I will take. This is vector A I will take. Or vector P I will take. Vector A or vector P. Right? Now I will multiply this number by minus 12. Now how this will be changed? Look at me. I will take this is nothing but magnitude. Magnitude means how to take? Shall I take it is resultant equal to A dash. A dash equal to what? A dash equal to lambda into vector A. Right? Again what value? This is how much? Minus 2 into A. Minus 2 comes. Again what is the direction? Now direction goes in reverse. Simply, any vector multiplied by positive number, its magnitude changes by how much you multiply by number, that much changes and direction remains same. If it is multiplied by negative number, its magnitude changes by what number you are multiplying, but direction becomes reverse. This is how a vector is multiplied by real number. Similarly, if a vector is multiplied by scalar, then what happens? If a vector is multiplied by scalar, again the resultant is vector only, but magnitude changes and vector also changes. What I am going to say? Any vector multiplied by scalar, its magnitude will change, but direction remains same. And the vector can be changes into another vector. For example, shall I take? See students, I will take acceleration is there. Acceleration. Acceleration is equal to I will take 2 meter per second square. Acceleration is a vector quantity. Actually what this is nothing but vector. Shall I take in this direction? Now I will multiply this vector by scalar, mean mass. Shall I multiply? This vector I will multiply by 3 kg. 3 kg. Right. Shall I multiply directly? How to take? This is a scalar. Scalar mean how to take? M into I will take. Right. Actually m is how much? 3. A, how much? 2. How much this is? 6 Newton. M into A, that we are calling the force. I mean, if you multiply the scalar, if you multiply the vector by scalar quantity, resultant is vector quantity. But vector A changes to another vector. Here acceleration is vector quantity, but when mass multiply, what about this? The force. I mean, when vector multiplied by scalar, its magnitude changes. One thing, direction remains same, and the vector 1 changes into another vector. This is how a vector multiplied by real number and vector multiplied by scalar quantity. Students, after this, how to go subtraction of vectors? Already we have done. Vector can be added by a triangle of addition of vectors, by parallelogram of addition of vector, by polygon of addition of vector. Right thing. After this, what we will do? How vector can be subtracted? This is very important. Look at the students here. After this, we will go subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vectors. How two vectors can be subtracted? Already we know that when two vectors are in opposite direction, they can be easily subtracted. For example, shall I take here? I will take this is vector A, right? Now I will take this is vector B. Simply, this is vector B, right? Smaller in magnitude. This vector can be easily subtracted. How to subtract actually? Look at me. Resultant vector R equal to, how to write? Resultant vector R equal to actually vector B plus vector A actually. But here vector B is in negative direction. Then what is the resultant vector? Directly how to write? Resultant vector can be written. Vector A minus vector B. This is the resultant. Right? But if two vectors are inclined, how to subtract the given vectors? This is very important. Shall I take here? How to take a subtraction when two vectors are in an inclined at angle theta? How to take? Look at me. I will take. This is vector A, right? Vector A I will take. Then what about this? This is vector B I will take. These two vectors are in the same order. If we take this one, resultant vector R, then actually what is R equal to A plus B? R equal to A plus B, right? But look at the situation, I will take reverse manner. See here, this is vector A I will take, right? This is vector B I will take. Now I will take, produce this vector in backward direction. Shall I take this one? This is equal to how much? This is equal to minus B. This is equal to minus B. Then what is the resultant here? This one represents resultant vector. This one represents resultant vector. Right? What about this? This is R. From this, how to write actually? This is B in negative direction. Actually it is in B in forward direction. I will take in negative direction. How to take them here? How to subtract these vectors? Simply this vector can be subtracted. R is equal to vector A minus vector B. Vector A and minus vector B. How to take an example? Consider, students, a particle moving in circular path. For circular path at every point velocity will change. For example, shall I take? See here. Shall I take an example of how the particle moving in circular path? Look at me. How to take the subtraction of vector? In simple manner we can take. Look at me here. Consider a particle moving in circular path. This is a particle moving in circular path. Right? Like this situation. This is the radius R. We know that when particle moving in circular path at every point, if we draw the tangent, this gives the velocity V. Velocity V. Right? But when the particle here, if we draw the tangent, this gives the velocity V dash. How to actually? One vector going in one direction, another vector going in another direction. How this is? See here, shall I take? This vector actually it is going in one direction. This will be represented by V, right? Another vector, how it is? This is going in another direction. This we are calling dash. Then difference how to take? This is equal difference into vectors. Difference into vectors. How to take? The difference into vector equal to how much? Del V. How to take that del V? That is V dash minus V. How to take? V dash minus V. This is how two vector can be subtracted. What students? The subtraction of vector again can be achieved by relative velocity. The relative velocity concept already we have seen in the last class, right? This relative velocity concept again comes here then for different situation. Different mean already we have taken. When two bodies move in same direction, we have taken the relative velocity. Two bodies are moving in opposite direction, we have taken the relative velocity. But in the first chapter we did not take. If two vectors, I mean two bodies, if they incline at an angle theta, how to represent the relative velocity did not mention. In the next class, we will see the relative velocity concept once again in detail. So further concept we will see in the next class. Thank you, students.